So, it was my birthday. Yay, I'm old. And to celebrate, I went back to my sweet home Chicago for a couple weeks, just to freak everyone out that I actually get vacation for a whole couple weeks. In fact, every time I go back, I remind myself of the reasons I moved to Amsterdam: transportation, education, and no vacation. It was a great flight. We flew in right over Wrigley Field. We landed and heard there was breaking news about some other flight. My son asked, "What's breaking news?" I said, "That's what they call it when there's not actually news." We had this conversation at the American Diner, where my kid got so much butter and whipped cream on his plate he used it for an art project. So we decided to walk it off with a healthy afternoon in nature. But of course we ended up at the shopping mall, the mall where I took a long look into the full-length mirror of shame to realize I'm actually happy with what I have and how I looked. So I didn't buy anything. Instead, I just entertained myself by making fun of product signs, like this store apparently selling illegal Trump merchandise, this new version of the Oreo, as if the term Oreo wasn't racially loaded enough. Now the term enrobed white, which only makes me think of one thing. There was this Incredibles 2 merchandise, which empowers girls to punch like Elastigirl, as long as they're boys. And this sign found by my family in Kansas City, where they welcome 25 million visitors anally. Anally with the Elastigirl arm. We played some mini golf, which challenged me to line up a perfect shot that didn't somehow involve electric cables or industrial terrain in the background. And we toured the Botanic Gardens, which were not quite in season, though the suburban gardens in the neighborhood looked fabulous. Possibly because Monsanto is now marketing Roundup for lawns. You'll die of cancer, but your lawn will look great. And we went to a Chicago Cubs game, which has turned into such an orgiastic frenzy of spending, you have to celebrate by flying the W. W for, wow, $10 for a beer. And I saw my friend Tarek on TV selling cars for Toyota. It's funny, he used to be so militant, and it made me think maybe things have gotten better in the US. Whoops, no, this happened at the mall I was at just days after I was there. This young black teenager was apparently resisting arrest, meaning he was supposed to not defend himself when the cop was punching him in the head. And before I knew it, I was flying back to the Netherlands, where people always ask, "Don't you get homesick?" And the answer is yes, until I actually go home.